Have you ever noticed this strange phenomenon? Sometimes a person steps into a room and you can physically feel the density of the air change. They haven't even opened their mouth yet, haven't cracked a single joke, haven't tried to please anyone, but everyone around them has already adjusted. Their words are listened to, they aren't interrupted, and their presence simply carries weight. I racked my brain over this phenomenon for a long time because I used to be on the exact opposite end of the spectrum. You know that lousy feeling when you're standing in a group, but it's like you don't even exist? Your comments are swallowed up, and people look right past you. But then I tested something completely counterintuitive. I didn't change my wardrobe, I didn't take public speaking classes, and I didn't change my social circle. I simply implemented 5 tiny habits. And the reaction was instantaneous. People suddenly started falling silent when I began to speak. The paradox is that I started using far fewer words, but their weight multiplied. Today, I'm going to break down these 5 triggers, from the most basic to the most powerful. And the main thing you need to grasp before we start: authority isn't won through yelling or aggression. Genuine respect is read on an unconscious level. In neurobiology, this is called thin slicing. It takes our brain just 200 milliseconds to scan a stranger and label them as a leader or a subordinate. 1. Occupy space like it belongs to you. Watch a crowd. Hidden necks, slouched shoulders, eyes on the floor. People act as if they are apologizing for taking up space. Now look at those who command respect. A straight spine, an open chest, chin parallel to the floor. No tension or theatrics, just a calm grounding of yourself in space. This is pure evolutionary biology. In the animal kingdom, an open posture is a signal. I am not afraid of an attack. I don't need to protect my vulnerable spots. Your brain and your conversation partner's brain read this exactly the same way. Try it right now. Roll your shoulders back, take a deep breath, and stop slouching. You've just taken the first step toward authority. 2. Slow your roll. Have you noticed? High-status individuals are never in a rush. Their movements are fluid, their speech is measured, and they live at their own pace. Fidgeting, jerky gestures, and fast, erratic speech are markers of anxiety in a submissive position. In the wild, only prey scurries. A predator has no reason to rush. If you want to change how people treat you, slow down. Walk a little calmer. Take pauses between phrases, and don't frantically try to fill the dead air with words. In a room where everyone is panicking, yelling, and rushing, the person who maintains stillness and a deliberate pace automatically becomes the center of gravity. 3. Hold eye contact. A massive mistake is hiding your eyes during a conversation, burying your face in a screen, or letting your gaze dart around the walls. Direct eye contact broadcasts a clear signal. I am here, and I am not afraid of a confrontation. But there's a fine line here. You don't need to drill holes into the other person with your eyes. That triggers aggression. Psychologists have derived the perfect formula, the 60-40 rule. You hold eye contact for about 60% of the time, then softly avert your gaze to the side, not down, and bring it back. When I first applied this in a conversation with someone who constantly talked down to me, the dynamic broke that very minute. No new arguments, just a steady, calm gaze. 4. Engage in tactical listening. The most underrated hack for gaining respect is the ability to shut up and listen. Most people in a dialogue are just waiting for a pause to throw in their 2 cents. Those who are respected operate differently. They let the other person speak. They ask precise questions. When someone feels truly heard, their brain releases dopamine. It physically feels good to them, and they link that positive anchor to you. In your next conversation, drop the habit of pre-formulating your response in your head. Just absorb the essence of what they're saying. The person who makes others feel significant becomes significant themselves. 5. The ultimate weapon, silence. This is the boundary separating the extras from those who actually control the situation. While everyone else is interrupting each other, getting emotional and spitting fire, you stay quiet. Let them burn out their energy, and only when the noise dies down, deliver your thought. Short, concise, like the strike of a hammer. The ability to tolerate social tension and uncomfortable silence is the ultimate indicator of psychological strength. In a stream of information noise, people only hear the one who knows exactly when to stay quiet. The internal firmware. But if we dig deeper, the secret isn't limited to these techniques. It all comes down to one foundation. External respect begins with how you treat yourself internally. You hold your posture, which means you value your body. You don't rush, which means you value your time. You don't avert your gaze. You recognize your own worth. You listen. You respect someone else's reality. You hold the pause. You know the value of your words. You cannot fake this internal firmware. People around you read it instinctively. And that is exactly why sometimes all it takes is one conversation like this to change the rules of the game forever. And now, I have a question specifically for you. Scan your circle and think of that one person around whom you most often lose your internal footing, the one who makes you start fidgeting, looking away, people-pleasing, or frantically filling the silence with awkward words. Drop down into the comments and tell me, who is it? A coworker, a boss, a relative? And which of these 5 habits is the hardest for you to maintain specifically with them? Let it out. Share your experience. I read everything carefully. I will select the most common and complex scenarios from your stories for the next video and give you a step-by-step, hard-hitting algorithm on how to flip the communication dynamic and force these people to reckon with you. If this breakdown gave you the tools you needed and made you look at your behavior differently, support this video with a like and subscribe to Soul Alchemy. Here, we learn how to set boundaries and take our control back. See you in the comments.